Welcome to State Engineering Services Examination and SSCG section of Winds of Change. In this we will cover so many questions related to State AE as well as SSCG examination. For any problem you can mail us at windsofchange2020@gmail.com and download the study material from the link in the description box. Subscribe the channel if you find it useful and download the app of Winds of Change to stay updated. Welcome to the third video in the continuation of 120 questions of surveying. In this video we will cover question number 61 to 90. So let's begin with question number 61. The first question is, the size of the plane table is 750 mm by 900 mm, 600 mm by 750 mm, 450 mm by 600 mm or 300 mm by 450 mm. Just think about it, the size of the plane table that is used for plane table surveying purpose. What will be the size of it? The answer will be option B, that is 600 mm by 750 mm. This is the standard size of the plane table that is being used for plane table surveying. So memorize it. Next question. For a tachymeter, the additive and multiplying constant are respectively 0 and 100, 100 and 0, 0 and 0 or 100 and 100. Just think about it. Very easy question. What will be the additive and multiplying constant? Okay. So in the formula of tachymeter, if we have to find out the horizontal distance, then the formula for horizontal distance is distance equal to ks plus c. Okay, so in which s is the staff intercept and k is the multiplying constant and c is the additive constant. So value of these two has to be, the answer will be option A, that is 0 and 100. Okay, since first it is asked additive constant, so additive constant, that is c, value of it is 0, and for multiplying constant, that is k, the value is 100. Okay, so memorize it, it is very important. Next question. If the magnetic bearing of the sun at a place at noon in the southern hemisphere is 167 degree, the magnetic declination at that place is 77 degree north, 27 degrees south, 13 degree east or 13 degree west. Just think about it. In this question, it is being given that the sun is at a place in noon in southern hemisphere. If it is in southern hemisphere at the noon, then the true bearing has to be 180 degree. Okay, so let's say this is like this and this is the southern south. Okay, and we know that true bearing that has to be 180 degree, but since it is being given that magnetic bearing is only 167 degree, okay, so that will be possible only if this declination has to be this side. Okay, if the magnetic declination is towards the right side, okay, then this will be 167 degree, which is true bearing will be 180 degree. Okay, so this shift, this declination, this is actually in the direction of the east. Okay, this is east direction, so the declination will be 13 degree east. Okay, 180 minus 167, that is 13 degree east. Okay, so option C will be the correct answer. Okay, it is being explained here. If you forget about the concept, then this formula will be very helpful for you. The true bearing equal to magnetic bearing plus declination if it is east, and true bearing equal to magnetic bearing minus declination if it is west. Okay, so in this case the declination was 13 degree, but it is plus or minus, so you can determine easily since true bearing was 180 and magnetic bearing was 167. Okay, so it can only be obtained if this is positive value. Okay, so declination will be in the east direction. Okay, so memorize it. Next question. 3-point problem can be solved by tracing paper method, Bessel's method, Lemon's method, or all of the above. Just think about it. Very easy question. 3-point problem on plane table surveying. How it can be solved? The answer will be option D, that is all of the above. These are all the methods of solving 3-point problem. Okay, either it can be tracing paper method or Bessel's method or Lemon's method. You can go to the detail of these methods. We are skipping it here. Next question. The allowable length of the offset depends on the degree of accuracy required, method of setting out the perpendiculars and nature of ground, scale of plotting, or all of the above. Here it is being asked that allowable length of the offset. Okay, so it will depend upon, let's say this is the main line and we have to provide an offset here. Okay, so it will be depend upon, just think about it, it will be depend upon all of these. Okay, let's say this is the main line and this is the offset that is being obtained, so it will be depend upon or First of all, degree of accuracy required. Okay, then the method of setting out the perpendicular and nature of the ground, whether it is being set out by 2 points by taking the distance from these 2 points, or taking 1 point and angle from that, from the normal to it, or anything like that. So in that manner, the method of setting out the perpendicular and nature of ground, and scale of plotting. It will also depend upon the scale of the plotting. Okay, next question. To obtain photograph of an area of 1000 meter average elevation on a scale of 1:30,000 with a camera of 30 centimeter focal length, the flying height is 4000 meter, 5000 meter, 10,000 meter, or 70,000 meter. Just think about it. Here you should know the formula for it, then only you can solve it. The formula for it is scale equal to f upon flying height. Okay, h minus h, that will be the difference of the flying height minus average elevation. So putting it in the formula, okay, formula is scale equal to f upon h minus h, and scale is 1:30,000. So we will put it here, which is equal to f upon h minus h. Okay, where focal length is 0.3 meter, that is 30 centimeter. Okay, so upon flying height we have to determine, and average elevation is 1000. Okay, so putting it, we will find out that h value, that is flying height, will be 10,000 meter. Okay, so option C will be the correct answer. Next question. The difference of height of 2 points whose parallax difference is 0.8 mm on a pair of stereo pair taken from a height h is 100 meter. Okay, and if the mean photo base is 95.2 mm, the flying height will be 8,000 meter, 10,000 meter, 12,000 meter, or 14,000 meter. Just think about it. Here we have to know about the formula for the parallax difference. Okay, and on that basis we will determine the answer here. So what will be the formula for it? The formula will be parallax equal to h into b upon h minus h. Okay, where since parallax difference, it is being given that the parallax difference between 2 points is 0.8 mm. Okay, so putting it 0.8 upon 1000, this is equals to h into, where h will be the height, h is 100 meter, b, that is photo base, it is 95.2 mm, which is being kept here, 95.2 divided by 1000 to make it in meter, divided by flying height minus height at which the pair of stereo point is taken. Okay, so solving it, we will find out that flying height will be 12,000 meter. Okay, so option C will be the correct answer. Next question. Sensitiveness of a level tube is designated by radius of the level tube, length of the level tube, length of the bubble of the level tube, or none of the above. Just think about it. In the formula of the sensitivity of bubble tube, what comes into the picture? It will be option A, that is radius of the level tube. Okay, you can see here that in the formula for sensitivity of level tube, it is being given that alpha value, this is equals to d upon r, where r is the radius of the level tube. Okay, so it will be in the second, into 206265 is multiplied to convert it into the second. So memorize it. It is being given in the video of revision of surveying. Okay, you can go to this video through the link in the description box, or you can go to this channel in the civil engineering revision videos playlist, and where you will find out all the revision videos. Next question. The length of the chain is measured from center of one handle to the center of other handle, outside of one handle to outside of other handle, outside of one handle to inside of the other handle, or inside of one handle to inside of other handle. Okay, just think about it. In the case of the chain surveying, the length of the chain is measured from, just think about it, the answer will be option B, that is outside of one handle. Okay, let's say this is the chain. Okay, in this is first handle, and this one is the second handle at the last. So the total length that will be determined from end to end. Okay, if it is a 20 meter chain, then this will be distance between the outside of this handle to outside of the another handle. Okay, so this will be the total length of the chain. Okay, next question. The nautical mile is the length of 1 minute of latitude, 1 minute of longitude, 1 degree of latitude, or 1 degree of longitude. Just think about it. What is the length of the nautical mile? This is a very important question. Many times this question is asked in various examinations. So what will be the answer? Just think about it. It will be option A, that is 1 minute of the latitude. Okay, you can see here this definition of the nautical mile, which is about 1852 meter. Okay, and it will be the distance that will be used in the marine navigation, it is 1 minute of the latitude. So memorize it, it is very important. Next question, the scale of the photography taken from a height of 3000 meter with a camera of focal length 15 centimeter is 1:10,000, 1:15,000, 1:20,000 or 1:30,000. Just think about it. If you know the formula of scale, then you can easily answer it. The formula for scale is f upon h minus s, where f is the focal length and h is the capital H is the flying height and small h is the average elevation. Since average elevation is not being given, it is directly being given that photography is taken from a height of 3000 meter. So we will put it in the denominator. So our scale will become f upon flying height, that is 15 upon 100 divided by 3000. It will be 1:20,000. Okay. So memorize it, it is very important. Option C will be the correct answer and this formula is very important. Next question. In an internal focusing type of telescope, the lens provided is concave lens, convex lens, plano-convex lens or plano-concave lens. Just think about it. In case of the internal focusing type of telescope, what will be the lens provided? The answer will be option A, that is concave lens will be provided in case of the internal focusing type of the telescope. Okay. There will be internal focusing or external focusing type of telescope, in which in case of the internal focusing the lens provided will be concave lens. Memorize it. Next question. Which of the following is not the function of the leveling head? To support the main part of the instrument, to attach the theodolite to the tripod, to provide the means for leveling the theodolite, or none of the above. So in case of the theodolite, what will be the function of the leveling head? It is being asked in the question that which is not a function of leveling head. Just think about it. Read all the statement carefully. The answer will be option D. Okay, that is none of the above are incorrect statement. All are these are correct. All are these are the function of the leveling head. And what is a leveling head? First of all, you should know that leveling head is this portion. Okay, it supports the portion of the theodolite that is above it to the lower plate. Okay, it connects between these two. This portion is called the leveling head. Okay, so the statements were it supports the main part of the instrument first of all, and to attach the theodolite to the tripod, and to provide the means for leveling of the theodolite. Okay, next question. Local attraction in compass surveying may exist due to incorrect leveling of the magnetic needle, loss of magnetism of the needle, friction of the needle at the pivot, or presence of the magnetic substances near the instrument. Just think about it. Local attraction in the compass surveying will exist because of the answer will be option D, that is because of the presence of the magnetic substances near to the instrument. With presence of the magnetic substances, it will provide the local attraction. Next question. With the rise in the temperature, the sensitivity of the bubble tube decreases or increases or remains unaffected or none of the above. Just think about it. The sensitivity of the bubble tube, will it decrease or increase or remain unaffected? The answer will be option A, that is it will decreases. And why it decreases? With the rise in the temperature, sensitivity of the bubble tube decreases because with rise in the temperature the liquid expands and bubble gets smaller. Okay, since liquid will expand and bubble gets smaller in the size, so sensitivity will also get decreased. We have already seen in one of the question the formula for the sensitivity, that is D upon R, in which D was the size of the bubble. If the size of the bubble will get smaller, the sensitivity also be lowered. Okay, because D was in the numerator. Next question. The correction applied to the measured base length L is, for tension it is delta PL upon AE, sag W square L cube upon 24 P square, where W is the weight of the tape per meter, slope H square upon 2L plus H raised to power 4 upon 8L cube, where H is the height difference of end support, or all of the above. Okay, just think about it. What will be the correction applied to the measured base of the length L? The answer will be all of the above, that is option D will be the correct, and these are the formulas. These are the different formulas for the correction in the tape. Okay, so memorize it. These formulas are very important. Next question. Longitude of a place is the angular distance between the meridian of the place and the standard meridian, the international date line, that of the Greenwich, or both A and C of the above. Just think about it. The longitude of a place is the angular distance between the meridian of the place and Option D will be the correct answer. That is, both A and C are the correct. It is the angular distance between meridian of the place and standard meridian, or we can also call it that of the Greenwich. Okay, not from the international date line, it will be from these two. So memorize it. Next question. Triangulation surveys are carried out for locating control point for surveys for large areas, control point for photogrammetric surveys, engineering works, that is terminal point of long tunnel, bridge, abutment, etc., or all of the above. Just think about it. Triangulation surveys, these are being carried out for locating. The answer will be option D, that is all of the above. We provide triangulation surveying for finding out the control point of the surveys for large areas, control point for photogrammetric surveys, and for the engineering works also, that is terminal point of the long tunnel, bridge, abutment, etc. Memorize it. Next question. For plain ground, the scale of the vertical photograph will be same as that of the tilted photograph along the photo parallel through isocenter, plumb point, principal point, or none of these. Just think about it. We have already discussed about it in the previous video. For plain ground, the scale of the vertical photograph will be same as that of the tilted photograph along the photo parallel through. Answer will be option A, that is isocenter. Okay, memorize it. What is isocenter? Isocenter, the point on the photo that falls on the line halfway between the principal point and the nether point. Okay, so memorize it. Next question. If the intercept on a vertical staff is observed as 0.75 meter from the tachyometer, the horizontal distance between the tachyometer and the staff station is 7.5 meter, 25 meter, 50 meter, or 75 meter. Just think about it. The staff intercept is 0.75 meter in case of the tachyometer. Just think about the formula for it. The horizontal distance formula is Ks plus C, in which S is the staff intercept, K is the multiplying constant, and C is the additive constant. Since additive constant is 0, multiplying constant is 100. So what will be the answer? It will be option D, that is 75 meter. And why it is so? Because it will be Ks, that is 100 into S, and staff intercept is 0.75 meter, so it will be 75 meter. Very easy question. Memorize it. Next question. The flying height of the camera is 1000 meter above the mean ground level. The distance of the top of the building from the nether point is 10 centimeter, and relief displacement of the building is 7.2 mm. The height of the building is 52 meter, 62 meter, 72 meter, or 82 meter. Just think about it. In this question, we should know about the formula for relief displacement. So just think here. In the formula for relief displacement, the answer obtained will be option C, that is 72 meter. And how it is so? Relief displacement formula is RH upon H, where we have to find out small h. Height of the building, that is small h, will become relief displacement into flying height divided by R value. Okay, where R value is the distance of the top of the building from the nether point, that is 10 centimeter, which is 0.1 meter. Okay, and this value, that is relief displacement, it is already being given, it is 7.2 mm. Okay, which will be 0.0072. Okay, into meter, it will be in meter, and this is capital H. Capital H is the flying height which is given. Flying height of the camera is 1000 meters, multiplying it by 1000. So the answer obtained will be 72 meter. Okay, memorize it, the formula. Next question. The station which is selected close to the main triangulation station to avoid intervening obstruction is not known as, memorize it, it is not known as satellite station, eccentric station, false station, or pivot station. Just think about it. The station which is located very close to the triangulation station, okay, that is called as, the answer will be option D, that is pivot station. It is not being called. It will be called as either it is satellite station or eccentric station or false station. Okay, pivot station is something else. Next question. The following sites are taken on a turning point: foresight only, backside only, foresight and backside, or foresight and intermediate side. Just think about it. On a turning point, the sites taken are, the answer will be option C, that is foresight and backside. First of all, we will do foresight of the previous point, and for the next point we will do the backside. Next question. A level line is a horizontal line parallel to the mean spheroidal surface of the earth. line passing through the center of the crosshair and center of the eyepiece, or line passing through the objective lens and the eyepiece of a dumpy or tilting level. Just think about it. Which one is the definition of level line? The answer will be option B, that is line parallel to the mean spheroidal surface of the earth. Okay, you can see here, this is the level line which is parallel to the surface of the earth, while horizontal line will be tangent to it. Okay, so memorize it. Next question. Accidental errors do not follow any definite mathematical law, cannot be removed by applying corrections to the observed values, or are generally small, or all of the above. Just think about it. We are talking about the accidental errors or random errors. The answer will be option D, that is all of the above are true here. First of all, accidental errors or random errors, these do not follow any definite mathematical law. These are just random. They cannot be removed by applying correction to the observed values because we do not know the mathematical law for it, and these are generally small. Okay, so these are being randomized error. Next question. Refraction correction completely eliminates curvature correction, partially eliminates curvature correction, add to the curvature correction, or has no effect on the curvature correction. So think about it. If you know the formula for these two with sign, then you can easily answer the question. The answer will be option B, that is it partially eliminates curvature correction. Why it is so? Because curvature correction, the formula for it is minus 0.0785 d square and refraction correction is plus 0.0112 d square. So combined correction will be, it will partially correct this curvature correction, so it will get reduced, this correction value will get reduced to 0.0673 d square. Okay, so it will partially eliminate the curvature correction. Next question. The number of the horizontal cross wires in a stadia diaphragm is 1, 2, 3 or 4. Very easy question. If you have once seen the cross wire in the stadia diaphragm, then you can easily answer the question. The answer will be option C, that is 3. You can see the stadia diaphragm looks like this in the eyepiece. Okay, there will be 3 horizontal lines only. Next question. If the length of the chain is found to be short on testing, it can be adjusted by straightening the link, removing one or more smaller circular rings, closing the joints of the rings if opened out, or all of the above. Just think about it. Since the length of the chain is found to be short on testing, okay, since it is short, so how we can adjust it? The answer will be option A, that is we will straighten the links. Okay, in the links usually there occurs a condition in which it gets shortened. So for that we will do the straightening of the link. Next question. Closed contours with higher values inward represents a depression, hillock, plane surface, or none of the above. Just think about it. Since higher values are inward in the closed contour, what will it represent? Very easy question. It will represent a hillock, that is option B will be the correct answer. You can see here hillock. In case of the hillock, the contour will be defined like this. Next question, and the last question of this video. Select the correct statement. A contour is not necessarily a closed curve. A contour represents a ridge line if the concave side of the lower values contour lies towards the higher value contour. Two contours of the different elevation do not cross each other except in case of the overhanging cliff, or all of the above statement are correct. Just think about it. The answer will be option C, that is two contours of different elevation do not cross each other except in case of the overhanging cliff. You can see here it looks like this, the condition looks like this. The elevation will be at this point, the elevation values will be 2. Okay, it can either be this one from B point or it can be taken from A point. So there will be two possibility of the contours, and in this case these will intersect with each other. Otherwise there is no possibility that these contour can cross each other. Okay, a contour is not necessarily a closed curve. It is also an incorrect statement. Contour will always be a closed curve. Maybe it cannot be obtained onto a map, but it will always be a closed curve. A contour represents a ridge line if the concave side of the lower value's contour lies towards the higher value contour, which is totally incorrect. In this case, a contour represents a ridge line if the if the convex side of the lower value contour lies towards the higher value contour. Okay, so you can easily obtain what this statement says. If you draw the contour, you will be easily able to answer it. Okay. So here we will finish with this video of 30 questions. In the next video, we will come up with question number 91 to 120 of surveying. Till that, stay updated and subscribe to this channel.